everybody? It's your boy Eddie here and welcome back to the channel, and I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. And as you can see by the title and the thumbnail of the video, we're going to be reviewing some super hot fire. So before you even continue the video, guys, please make sure that you smash that subscribe button down below, as well as hit that notification bell. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, definitely be sure to share with your friends and your family and all that, because in order for this channel to continue to grow and get more subscribers, I need y'all. So with that being out of the way, let's just get right into what you came here for, which is none other than the Nike Air Max 95 SB in the Cactus Flower colorway. And I do have to say that I love the colorway that they use for this sneaker because it definitely screams summertime vibes. And I also love that they blended multiple premium materials together on the upper panels of the silhouette right here. So we do have some nice black leather at the top, and then we have 3 different types of premium suede on the upper of the shoe, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. But definitely let me know what you think about the sneaker in the comment section down below. And with that being out of the way, let's just get right into the inspiration behind the shoe. So as you guys know, and if you've seen my Big Bubble review of the Air Max 95 Neons, pretty much the whole entire inspiration of this shoe is the human anatomy. So we do have some skeletal vibes as well as the spine. And that's why the Air Max 95 has multiple panels on the upper itself, as well as the outsole, pretty much trying to represent the actual spine of a human being. So that's the original inspiration behind the shoe. However, with the SB variant, pretty much is very similar to what they did with the SB4s, which was upgrading the materials from synthetic to premium materials, as well as updating the tooling, shape, and feel. So what they pretty much did was lower the heel stack, so it's going to feel very lower in comparison to the standard Big Bubble Air Max 95s that we normally get, and it just overall feels way much more comfortable than your standard Air Max 95. The Big Bubbles are pretty comfortable, but I think these feel a little bit better just due to the fact that you feel a little bit more lower to the ground, and you don't have that standard break-in time that you normally would have to have with a regular Air Max 95. With these, the materials are just so soft and comfortable, and look how just bendable it is without creasing the sneaker at all. It just feels better on a first time fit in comparison to any other Air Max 95 that I personally have put on. So again, no need for any type of break-in period. They just feel great. So that's pretty much all of the inspiration behind the shoe, just making it more comfortable for skateboarders or the casual wearer and adding some premium materials to it. Now, when going into the box details, this was a pretty interesting twist to me because we do have the purple box, and normally what we get with the purple SB box is a GR type of sneaker. So I don't want to say that these are a super GR. They're definitely limited and very hard to get. So I do have to give a huge shout out to Lick NYC as well as Labor Skate Shop, because those were the 2 stores that I hit. And I have some sizing information and kind of a conspiracy on sizing that I'll get into a little bit in like the next minute or so, but I do have to give a huge shout out to Lick because they did give a free Air Max 95 t-shirt. So as you can see right there, it does say Air Max 95 SB, and then right behind it, it does have that Labor Air Max 95 detail, New York City, Saturday, August 2nd. I think that this is one of the dopest things that I've seen, because normally they don't go this crazy or give free merch. This was a free t-shirt that I'm definitely gonna be wearing for a long time because I just love how simple it is, and it'll just go perfect with the shirt as well as this SB shirt that I got from Lick NYC. But anyways, let's just focus back onto the box. So as I was mentioning earlier, this is definitely the box that they use normally for GR types of sneakers, but these sneakers are way more limited than your standard GR. So I'm pretty interested as to why they use this box instead of using like a custom Air Max 95 box with the Air Max logo on it that we normally get with the Big Bubbles or any Air Max 95 before it. I really want to know why they made that decision, but I think it's because this is going to be a little bit more accessible than the Nike SB4s and other collaborations, if that makes sense. Now, when moving around the whole entire box, we pretty much have that standard purple SB box where there's nothing really to report. And then we do have the sticker tag right there. And it does read off as SB Air Max 95, and the colorway shown is Summit White and Cactus Flower. And when it comes to the sizing, they didn't have a size 8.5 at Lick. Starting to believe my own theory that the size 8s and 8.5s are very hard to acquire in skate shops for high demand releases, because I don't think Nike really sends them anything. Because I realized lately when I enter for a size 8.5, which is my standard SB size across all sneakers, I normally don't hit no more. But when I have my mom enter a size 12, which is a way higher in demand size, she somehow hits all the time. So that's weird that I can never get my 8.5, or that these stores are just not equipped with an 8.5. I really find that weird, but it is what it is on that. But now when it comes to the sizing front, I recommend 100% to get your standard Air Max 95 size. So for me, my true to size is a size 8, and I normally go a half size up for that 8.5, and that usually fits perfectly with the Air Max 95s, especially with these. When I put the size 9 on, there was only a little bit of toe space in the front, which would be that half size different. So if I was to get a size 8.5, it would fit perfectly. But again, the size 9 didn't fit bad at all. It's just that extra half size of space that wouldn't have been there if I got my normal Air Max 95 size. But again, very hard to get 8.5s for some reason, but it is what it is on that. And now I'm going onto the inside of the box. We do have the standard Nike SB box right here with this green Weatherman wax tissue paper. Pretty much with that being said, that's all of the box details. So now let's just focus on to the details of this amazing sneaker right here. So again, a lot of upgraded premium materials. The shoe fits a little bit lower, even though it looks exactly the same height. When you put your foot in, you could kind of feel your foot closer to the ground. And I think that's why Nike and the SB team challenged themselves to actually make this thing work. So it feels really close to the ground, even though you still have that Air Max bubble in between the bottom of your foot as well as the ground. But with the added traction pattern on the outsole and all that type of stuff, this is going to be a great sneaker to casually wear or skating. I was really concerned about that because I'm like, how the skaters are gonna be even doing this? Like, obviously they're pro skaters, they can probably skate in any sneaker they wear, but you wanna be comfortable and have that close to the board feel. And these definitely achieved that, which I didn't think was possible, but shout out to the Nike SB team. Y'all pulled this off crazy. So now when focusing onto the front of the shoe now, you can see that we do have that beautiful hairy suede mudguard in that summer white colorway, and it absolutely looks amazing. It definitely reminds me of the Joe Freshgoods 990 V4 intros. Definitely not as high quality as those because literally the suede was just so perfect and it had that powdery touch to it and it was insane, you know what I'm saying? That's like on another level itself quality wise, but it does have a very similar vibe to that. Then when looking onto this mesh panel, which is standard to all of the Air Max 95s, we do have this detail right here. Then when going towards the top of the shoe now, we do have these all white laces right here, and there are no extra pair of laces with this Nike SB Air Max 95. And then of course, with the Air Max 95 eyelets, we do have it in that cactus flower colorway. Then moving on to the tongue, it is in this 3M detail right here. So when you flash the light, it's gonna make the shoe pop completely and just look absolutely phenomenal on the shoe. And then when going towards the tongue tab, we do have our standard Air Max 95 tongue tab right there with the black, white, and cactus flower colorway surrounding the emblem itself, which is a very nice touch. Then when moving on to the lateral side of the shoe, one of my favorite things about the sneaker one more time is that the materials are super premium, especially for what seems to be a more general release type of limited sneaker. It's very interesting because the box definitely screams GR, but these were pretty hard to get for the average person. So I don't know if it's gonna be a super GR or limited release. I really don't know what they're going for, but I got my hands on it and I have to say the quality on this sneaker is amazing. So on the top panel right here, we do have it in this all black leather. Then right below that, we have this wolf gray hairy suede. Then we do have this kind of like powder white, and then at the bottom we do have the summit white in that nice suede material right there. So again, very nice premium materials, and it does look great on the shoe overall. Then when going towards the back heel of the shoe now, you can see that we do have that cactus flower Nike check right there, which is a very nice touch. And then one of the biggest differences, which is not a big deal to me, but everybody is either complaining about it or love it, is the fact that we do have that Nike SB Air detail. It definitely is kind of jarring to say it like that because normally I would say Nike Air SB, but it says Nike SB Air, and obviously it's a Nike SB, so that's why it's formulated that way, but it definitely is kind of weird to just say it in a sentence, right? So anyways, we're moving on to the medial side of the shoe. The same thing pretty much follows suit as the lateral side, so there isn't anything else to report. And now I'm focusing onto the midsole. As I mentioned before, the midsole looks like your standard Air Max 95, but when you put your feet in, it kind of sits a little bit lower. So instead of standing right at the top of the midsole, your foot kind of lays a little bit lower, like right under there. So again, it's definitely strange to explain it as opposed to feeling it, because when you put your foot in, it feels great. But when you explain it, it kind of doesn't make sense, because how's the air bubble up here, but your foot sits literally right below that when normally it's a little bit above that. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Nike was able to engineer it and make it work and feel good on feet. So that's truly what matters. And then we do have our standard Air Max 95 bubbles right there with the cactus flower colorways just to add a little pop to it. Then when going on to the outsole of the shoe, we do have this beautiful gum outsole for the Air Max 95. But other than that specific detail, they added multiple traction patterns in order to add that extra grip to the sneaker. Because if you guys are familiar with the Air Max 95s, it's usually just a smooth black colorway, white colorway, whatever the colorway of the outsole is, it's just smooth. Then with this SB variant, the gum outsole wasn't enough. They had to add more traction, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal on the sneaker. So we have multiple different ridges all over the shoe right there to add that extended grip. And moving towards the center of the shoe, now you can see that we do have, which is standard to the OG Air Max 95s, the PSI details right there, which I absolutely love. And then one more time at the center, we do have that Nike SB Air logo, which is a pretty nice touch and just separates itself from the standard Air Max 95s that we normally get. Now, before we conclude this review, I do have one more detail that I want to show you guys, which is none other than the insole itself. And we do have it in this cactus flower Nike SB Air Max detail right there. So I think it does look really good on the sneaker, but definitely let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Pretty much with that being said, guys, that's going to conclude the history as well as the details of the shoe. So now let's get right into this on for look, all right? Alright, y'all, so that's going to conclude the review as well as the on for look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. Definitely let me know what you think about this Nike Air Max 95 SB in a cactus flower colorway. Is it a copper drop? Was you able to hit? Did you strike out? Did you skip these because the undefeated fours dropped the same day as these? I definitely want to know down in the comment section down below. So other than that, y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you're already subscribed to the channel, definitely be sure to share with your friends and your family and all that, because again, in order for this channel to continue to grow, I cannot do that without y'all help. So I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.